28.X is just the most chilled ride. That's the beauty of the 28.9, because it really kind of allows you to dial in exactly how hard you want to work. Okay, so let's start by going through some of the similarities, shall we? And right from the off, you can probably see there's a lot that's similar with these two different models. So, for instance, they both have the same options in terms of frame. At the moment with these two, so we've got the .X on my right and the .9 on my left. They both have the same sort of high crossbar style frame. There is, however, also the option for a step-through style frame. Now, what that means is that instead of this high crossbar, it's high top tube, the crossbar, the top tube drops down and joins the down tube a little bit lower. As the name suggests, just makes it a little bit easier to step across the frame when you're getting on it. And that really is of great benefit if you are, say, commuting to work in a suit or skirt or a dress or something. Basically clothes that don't really lend themselves to you swinging a leg over a high crossbar. That step-through version is absolutely fantastic option. Also very similar options in terms of handlebar. So both at the moment, we've got these flat style handlebars, but there is also the option on both models for a Dutch style handlebar, which kind of comes up and out, so that if you want to have a more upright and relaxed riding style, that Dutch style handlebar is another fantastic option. Both benefit from the same color scheme options. So we've got a bronze on the .X, pistachio on the .9, and then there is also the option of like a lovely dark gray. The battery is the same on both. So you've got a 360 watt Samsung battery cell, which is removable. It is housed in the down tube here, and using the key that comes with the bike, it will just pop out and then you can take it inside to charge, or there is a charging point on the frame itself, so you can just plug it in there. What that means in terms of performance is very similar again. So that 360 watt battery coupled with the 250 watt rear hub driven motor that you have on both of these bikes, they do not struggle up the hills. Let's just put it like that, and we'll go into a little bit more depth on that in a second. Weight wise, they're very similar again, looking at around 18.5 kilos, but it does depend on what components and accessories you have on there. Generally speaking though, the X probably comes out a little bit lighter, and that's just due to the fact that with the .9, you have the derailleur chain and cassette, which adds a little bit extra weight, whereas on the belt driven model, you've just got the belt basically feeding directly onto the motor. One other great similarity is the almost endless list of extra components and accessories that both models benefit from. So for instance, on both models you can have suspension forks, suspension seat post. This one at the moment also has a dropper post on it. Now that isn't so necessarily you can go and tear up the trails. It's more so that if you have several people using the same bike, just with a flick of a lever you can adjust that saddle height. Both have integrated lights on the mud guards. Both have built-in phone mounts. As I say, the list kind of just goes on, and that's one of the fantastic things about the .9 and the .X, is that you can, in a sense, pretty much custom build a bike. For me, it really depends on what your reason for buying the bike is, because the 28.X is just the most chilled ride. I mean, there's no faff, there's no oily chain, you've got a wonderful 2-speed, 250 watt motor, which means, you know, you're not gonna have to think about too much. It's like an automatic gearbox in a car, really. You just pedal. And so if you're looking to get from A to B without any drama, so for instance, you're just commuting to work, or you just pop into the shops, or a scenario where you want to turn up looking crisp and clean, then yeah, the 28.X is the one for you, I would say. .9 on the other hand is your more typical chain-driven model. Now, The 28.9 has a 9-speed Shimano gearing setup, which basically means, you know, you've got the 5 assist levels on the motor, and then you've got the 9 gears to choose from. And for me, that's the beauty of the 28.9, because it really kind of allows you to dial in exactly how hard you want to work. So for instance, at the moment, I'm on Durrance Lane. This tops out at sort of 15 to 20% in terms of gradient. I'm max assist. I'm just shifting up into the easiest gear, and I can just poodle up here if I want, chatting away to you. Or if on another day, you know, I want to get home quickly, I can turn the assist down or not, but I can shift down on the gears and really push myself up this hill. And that's what it gives you, the option. And for me, that is the real perfect scenario. So as we say, really it depends on what your intended use for the bike is. Do you want to get from A to B with as little fuss and mess as possible? Then yeah, the X is probably the way to go. If you want to get from A to B via C, D, E and F with a little bit of mischief thrown in, then the 0.9 might be the one for you. Really though, with all the different customizations that you can do beyond the drivetrain, what the bike looks in reality for you, it's totally up to you. Don't just take our word for all these things though. Come to the factory, come for a test ride, or if you hit the test ride tab on our website, find your nearest dealer, get in contact with them, and they'll be very happy to set up a test ride for you.